Next, we have a drawing of Jack that is personally one of my favorites. You can see his little eye right here. This is a project that I had to do in ninth grade because we were doing celebrities on a huge grid. It was a grid drawing, so you're going to be able, or maybe if my camera picks it up, there's little lines from where I had to erase the grid for it to look like a real actual person. But I was so scared that nobody was going to be able to tell who it was, and then I got my rubric back, and my art teacher, she wrote a little comment at the bottom that said, "Great job, my older students knew exactly who this was," and I was so freaking happy about it. But there's the picture that I referenced it from. It's kind of distorted, that's why his face looks a little bit long. But I will admit, I did have some help with the art teacher from it, but that's because, it was Art 1. She was my art teacher. So, but this is definitely one of my favorite drawings of Jack that I have done. I am proud of it. This would be something that I would totally give to Jack if I've ever had the chance to meet him in person. Also, I'm going to show you one more paper fan art. This one's a little embarrassing. I was going through a phase, okay, shut up. And then I'm going to show you the 2 virtual arts that I did of him. No, not the one with the auntie. I already showed you that one because it was a comparison of the paper drawing that I did and the virtual drawing. But after I finish showing you the paper drawings and the virtual drawings of Jacksepticeye, the Jacksepticeye fan art that I did, I'm going to show you the cup that I made for him. And I also made one for Markiplier. I guess we'll just go ahead and throw that in here as well. Paper art I'm going to show you guys is actually a 5-in-1, and it's a pop art deal. So basically, I drew the original photo and colored it and everything, and so I drew 4 copies of it using the same photo, tracing over it. So they're all different colors and everything, because I decided, that was kind of the point of it, is to switch the colors around a bit. So this is what the first one looks like. It's kind of realistic, this is what you get if you, blended realistic and cartoon together. But here's the first one. This is the original. Can you tell by the glorious green hair? So, if any of you know who Jacksepticeye is, then you know which photo I used for this one. But this one is basically complementary colors of the last one. It was, well, I didn't really change anything for the beard or facial hair, but it's complementary and contrast colors from the last one. You see where it used to be black, it's white now, and where it used to be white, it's black now. And from where I used orange for this face, even though it's an extremely light orange, I used orange and colored it very lightly to make it look like a peachy color. So from where orange is blue's complementary color, I did a very extremely light blue on his face right here. And I used red for his lips on the original one. And obviously his hair is going to be green on the original one. So since red's green's complementary color, for this one I used green on the lips and I used red on the hair. So this one, I kind of just made it, as contrast as possible. But you have orange hair, purple face, yellow eyes. Oh, that's also another thing. The eyes on this one, they're kind of freaky because, you have just the normal, your average white corneas and your black pupils and your blue irises, baby blues again. And this one's got orange irises, white pupils, and friggin' black corneas, so it's a little freaky. But we just left the corneas white on this one, and I was the only one who was doing this. What do I mean by we? But I just made his eyes yellow. He kind of looks like a cat. He doesn't look like a cat. But his hoodie's red, which makes this red and this green. So, there's that. So far we've seen normal colored face, blue face, and purple face. Now we have red face. Oh no, he's sunburnt. His hair is purple, the hoodie's orange, this is blue. It looks kind of green on camera, but it's blue. His skin is red, his lips are yellow, his eyes are green. So, you might think that this is just 5 different pictures, but I actually had to use these 5 different pictures to make one project, so it's kind of like a 5-in-1 deal. Now we have Green Face Jack with blue hair and a purple hoodie and a yellow shirt. And his lips are orange and his eyes are red. On to the virtual art. Look familiar? Should. Uploaded a video on this, even though it doesn't have any background music. The Jacksepticeye fan art, the virtual one that I showed you at the beginning of the video, it has music to it, though. It's, the Jacksepticeye and Shmoyoho. Or is it just Shmoyo? Shmo? How do you say his name? But, like, it was, one of the things that they did. I can't remember if it's the remix or the original song, but it's all the way, and that's up on YouTube, so please be sure to watch that if you haven't already. I mean, personally, I like how it turned out, but, I'm gonna show you guys the last virtual fan art. Now we have this one. Now, this Jacksepticeye fan art isn't really as good as some of the other ones are. But this was just kind of me just goofing around. Again, the PMA logo is, like, a little bit butchered because my graphic memory is horrible. I've seen the PMA logo before, I swear. But I also, like, did a thing with his eyes. Because, I mean, I decided, hey, white shines are kind of boring. Why not have a blue shine? I mean, his eyes are blue. That would be pretty, right? So, that's how that turned out. But, I'll be honest, I mean, I'm not as proud of this one as I am some of the others, but, I mean, I'm not even sure if I'm proud of it at all, actually. But, I mean, it doesn't look bad, it's just, I know that I can do better. I have more potential than that, so, but, on to the cups. This is also a project that I had to do in 9th grade for art. It's a Jacksepticeye. Like, it started out as a foam cup, but I decorated it, and I was like, oh, hey, I think I'm gonna do a Jacksepticeye one. Because I already unintentionally designed the thing that I wanted to do on it in the sketchbook that I had currently. And when I was in 9th grade, I had it set as one of my binders. You know, I had the drawing put in one of the pockets on the front of my little binder. Well, my binder wasn't little. Actually, it was only 1 inch. But anyway, so I already had that planned art. That was an unintentional pun. I just mixed up my wording there. But I guarantee you there is some more Jacksepticeye fan art in this house somewhere. And this video is more than likely going to have a part 2. Anyway, back to the cup. So, again, I decorated this in 9th grade because it was one of our projects that we had to do, and I was feeling all YouTube-ish, and then I signed the inside. It's backwards. The way I'm looking at it's backwards. I think the recording's gonna flip itself whenever I go to watch it to see if it's okay to upload, but it has a little Septiceye on the bottom. No, I don't drink out of this cup. I don't recommend drinking out of this cup. There's ink everywhere on it. But this is also one of the things that I definitely give to Jacksepticeye if I ever got to meet him in person. Wow, wow, I surprised myself with how much fan art I do for him. But the cup says, like a boss, all around the rim. And it also says, like a boss, just on the cup itself. And I decorated the bottom to look like a Jacksepticeye. The shine's there, it's small. See? Isn't it pretty? But, I mean, just because I showed you that cup, I also want to show you the Markiplier cup that I did. Hang on. Even though this video is originally just about Jacksepticeye fan art, these two cups, they just go so well together, and I'm hoping to meet them both in person someday, because, again, I don't drink out of these. I don't recommend drinking out of these, ever. They have ink all over them. But the cups, like, they go so well together because they were both made for YouTubers, and they were both, like, made sort of the same design and everything, and they don't really have the same aesthetic because this one's colored and this one's just black and white. But we have a poof mustache. I know he likes to call them morph stashes, but I mean, I kinda made a big deal out of poof all over this cup. And then we have, it says poof right there. It says poof on the top, and I just decided to be silly and just, you know, completely mess up the wording and write poff. That was intentional. And no, I'm not saying that just because, oh, I don't make mistakes. I do make mistakes. You don't know how many mistakes I have made on that, on the realistic Jacksepticeye grid drawing that I showed you. Plus, I mean, these are not perfect circles. But I just decided to be silly and write poff instead of poof right there. And then we have a little poof cloud on the bottom of it. Isn't that cute? But that's all the Jacksepticeye fan art I have with me right now. I guarantee you there is some more fan art. Not for just Jacksepticeye, but probably for Markiplier as well. In this house somewhere. But I'm going to leave this episode here, or this isn't really an episode or whatever, it's not really a show. I'm going to leave this video here. If you liked it, then be sure to give that like button a high five. Don't punch it or kick it, it's a like button, it likes you. If you're new to my channel and like my content, then be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to get notified whenever I upload a new video. And I'm going to see you guys in the next video, hopefully. Bye!